All right, boys. This is for our DBs and linebackers. This is our match coverage. This is kind of what we've been working on this spring in terms of our alignment with getting apex and reading number two, the safety playing flat-footed at 9 yards, the corners playing up. The reason we're doing those things is to run this defense, this coverage right here. I'm excited about this coverage. It's something new. It's been similar concepts in the past, but this one in particular, the way we're going to run this is unique. It's very unique to what we're doing. We've not done this one before. And against some of our better opponents, I'm very excited about what this coverage can do for us. So match coverage, corners, you are inside the line like we've been working. You are man-to-man. You are one-on-one, mano-a-mano. That is your job. Take him away, make him run fade balls, make them run deep routes. That is your guy. Where he goes, you go. No questions asked. Okay? You are one-on-one versus the outside versus the number one receiver or outside receiver. Okay? Backer and safety, outside backer and safety, you both are responsible for the number two receiver. Okay, well, me, number one, number two, we count receivers from outside in. There's number one, here's number two. Does not mean their jersey number. It's where they're aligned at on the line of scrimmage. Number one receiver, as far as outside as we can get, we work inside number two. There's number three. On the other side, there's number one, and there's number two. Okay? You guys have this number two receiver. Okay? If number two runs an out route, runs a speed out, okay? We'll make out a blue mark so we can keep our offense and our defense separate here. If number two runs an out route, all right? The outside backer, once he gets a pass read from his lineman, head's popping up, via the net comes up, hi-hat, whatever we want to call it, you are covering number two. Okay? Safety, if you feel like the backer has got number two, you can zone off and play kind of a free safety, deep half cover two type thing. All right? If number two here runs a vertical, say this two receiver runs a vertical, we want to try to collision him, understanding that the safety is going to overtake that route. So if this outside backer and safety have say runs a type of a fade route or some type of deep go, whatever you want to call it, we're going to get our run read, we're going to catch on, we're going to try to collision him, then we're going to sit in our zone like in cover two, and you will now be man-to-man with that number two receiver running fade route, whatever that case may be, okay? If he runs an inside route, say he runs a drag, something along the lines of a skinny post, so I was to say with the drag here for a second. If he runs a drag, what we can do, okay, we're going to, right now, want number two to take this cat as far as we can. He runs some type of inside drag. You stay on him unless number three is bubbling behind it. Okay? So safety comes across, or safety's reading this. He's running a shallow crossing route. You're never going to get there. You're not coming off and playing a deep half. You pass him off to the mic. You make a banjo call. Banjo, banjo, banjo. If this backer, if number three, not this backer's running back, number three is bubbling out, in which case two takes number three. Only if number three runs a bubble or a flare out of this doubles look here that we've got on the board. Okay? If three does not bubble out, if three stays inside, you can run with number two all day long. You got safety help over the top. Backer, you're responsible for number three. If number three stays in, the number three comes and pass blocks, sits right here. You're not dropping. You're staying right here watching for screens, draws, something coming in late. Okay? Coach McKay and I were just talking about this against Male. Male likes to run draws. Male likes to run screens. This will help you stay put. If we're in this coverage, you have number three no matter what. Okay? Let's say we get a trips look, which would change things just a little because of what the offense can do. Okay? Number one, you're still locked on. Corner, you've got number one no matter what. You get a trips look, you get apex a little bit. You're going to go a little bit wider between 2 and 3. Mike, you're going to come over. What we're looking for here is some type of rub route or crossing route, a bubble, a flare, whatever that case may be. Right? Let's say number two runs a dig, runs it here, and 3 runs this. We can switch those. We can make that banjo call. and the outside backer jumps, wrong color, the outside backer jumps the route from number 3, and the Mike picks up number 2. That's going to take a lot of time to practice and get that down. It's okay. Let's say, and really what this is put in for, this number 3 runs a flare route, runs a bubble. They want to run a bubble screen to number 3. I know our offense runs some bubble screens. Okay? Number 2, you are instantly jumping that route. And the Mike, who has number 3 out of this coverage, once you read that bubble, you're going to work over to number 2, which is probably going to try to come in and do a block of some kind, or rub route, or pick off of this, off of our number 2 outside linebacker. Your eyes will now have the number 2 receiver if they run that bubble with number 3. Okay? Mike, you still have number 1. Safety, you have number 2. If number 2 runs that skinny post and we collision, we pass it off, you're over the top, you got our help. If they run this bubble, we're talking about the stalk and go a minute ago. If number 2 comes in and goes to block here and then runs a go route, we've got help over the top with that safety not covered, number 2. You guys on the backside have the exact same responsibilities. Corners number 1 locked up. Mike and safety, or excuse me, outside backer and safety read number 2. Mike, you have number 3. Really out of a trips look is where we're mostly concerned about that number 3 backer. We don't see a whole lot of here running a flare. A couple teams do, but again, something to work on during the week. Okay, this is our match coverage. This part here will take a lot of work. You 3 guys working together, you 2 working together, and then you 2 working together. This will take work. This will not be something that we can put in on Wednesday and just have it look beautiful right away. There's going to be times we give up big plays. It's okay. Remember, the goal is to win a regional. So we've got the next 3-4 months to get ourselves ready to be in tip-top shape come playoff time to run this coverage against any type of these big-time offenses we might see in middle to late November. Okay? That is match coverage signal. There's no color here. This goes against our color schemes a little bit. And it's called like we're lighting a match. That's all that is. It's match coverage. Okay? Red is still red. Match is match. Okay? Playing on that press shell look that we've been doing all week, all last couple of weeks here in July. Okay?